So in 2016, you started Mills Media.
That's right.
And I'm thinking, at that time, we had not, I think it's now that we're beginning to really accept the whole animation film properly.
Yeah.
What were some of the challenges you faced, and what was your initial vision even before the challenges?
Well, once again, it's exciting to be here. But like you rightfully said, animation is beginning, local animation or Ghanaian animation is beginning to gain grounds steadily in recent time. But back then in 2016, there weren't much of such things going on. The most you probably see would be some Glyco ad or an Akola Okohin, something small. But then there were studios doing snippets of short animated films. But the vision for me had always been to be able to have a Ghanaian animated film that you could take to cinema and have a big audience come see, just like you'd find in the Western world. And so that has always been the dream and the vision. But back then in 2016, I also acknowledged the challenges, which for one, and still kind of is a big challenge, and that's funding. And so it took a lot for us to be able to release our first film. That's Asantewaa. And that didn't happen until 2022, can you imagine? Yes, and around this whole time, it was we perfecting our skill, being able to have what we call a pipeline or a workflow that will make this possible, and also to be able to get some funding to make this dream a reality. So, but funding has always and still is number one challenge.
Well, let's talk about Asantewaa. You animated, or you used the image of Nana Ama McBrown.
Right.
Was she in the know? Do you usually talk to them before you do use their images?
Right, so it wasn't necessarily the image of McBrown, but what she did was she voice acted the character. Yeah, so like in the Western cultures, when you see several animations, you have actual human beings that voice acted these characters. And so usually what you do is sometimes before you even put the script together, and you come up with an idea like, oh, I think it would be nice to tell an Asantewaa animation. Sometimes you feel somebody like a McBrown would suit the role. Or sometimes even during production, that's when you think this person might be ideal. But we knew from the onset McBrown is, the one for this role, because she ticked a lot of boxes for us. And so it was a very easy choice. And she also surprisingly loved the idea. She saw the little proof of concept we had put together, and she was like, she needs to jump on this, and it was exciting working with her.
Now let's talk about the reception in 2022 when you premiered at the SilverBird. What did that tell you?
It was very overwhelming because, to be honest, we didn't think we were going to sell out the entire SilverBird cinemas. For us, we thought we were going to try and manage and do maybe like a hall, if God helps us, and the day comes and the entire SilverBird cinemas were full to capacity, and we had a lot more people waiting in line to watch it. And for me, that was a big eye-opener, because, funny story, even when we went to see SilverBird cinemas to talk to them for us to film Asantewaa at the cinemas, by then, I'd exhausted all my funds in making the film, and we were hoping they were going to do like a revenue share, barter partnership. But in their words, and they said I can say this anywhere I go to, they do not believe that people would come see, a film like that. And I understood them, because they were also money people and business. It has to make sense to them, numerically. So they didn't take the offer. And so it meant that we had to go look for money, can't pay for the hall. And the day comes, and guess what? The hall managers were running around trying to empty halls to fill it up with people who had come to see Asantewaa. Black Panther 2 was screening that day, but they had to empty the halls, fill it with people who had come to see Asantewaa. I mean, it was like crazy and very overwhelming. But what that did for us is, it was a very big eye-opener. It was groundbreaking, very historic. not just for us as a studio, but for the entire animation industry to let people know that indeed there is a market for Ghanaian animation. Indeed, Ghanaians will come out in their numbers to come and watch something that was made right here, and it was exciting for us, and that's what's kept us going.
Well, let's look at the contribution that digital platforms can make to an initiative of this sort. What do you think they can do to support?
I think that's what's making some dreams like ours a reality right now. Back then, before you can even get into animation, it sort of felt like it was meant for a certain group of people.
Yeah.
The tools were so expensive, sophisticated, and even after you have done them, being able to put the work out there for people to see them becomes a challenge as well. But I know our film, for instance, Asantewaa, went viral on social media, on Instagram a lot. Even TikTok wasn't big for us back then, but it went viral, and that's what helped us pull numbers to the hall, to the cinemas. And so it's become a very big enabler for some of us, and we're just exciting. It's exciting times, like I always say, that to find yourself in a time like this, and to be able to use these platforms to, project our culture, our heritage, unapologetically onto the rest of the world, like what they do to us. Is exciting.
So there's this, I don't know how true it is because I'm not a YouTuber, but I hear this, that if you're in Ghana and you're operating on YouTube, if you don't hit a certain number, it may be said that when you have 1 million views or even 1,000 views, you're able to garner some amount of revenue. Did you go through that challenge? Are you getting any? You
seem to have made a bit of research, and that's nice. Usually people ask, why don't you just, like dump your films on YouTube and garner some views and make some money from there? But I tell them it's a little technical than you would see it. Like you've read a bit, you have to amass a certain number of views, but it would even surprise you that you could have 1 million views on YouTube for your film, but might not necessarily translate into the figures you would expect. And so the money we would have invested in making a film like Asantewaa, and if even garners 1 million views on YouTube, will not translate into what exactly. And so for us, that's the app that we came up with, Afro Tales Plus, because we weren't just looking to make animated films. We acknowledged that there was a challenge when it comes to distribution, not just for animation, but even our film industry. And so we didn't want to finish making our films and not be able to get it out there and to be able to make a little from that as well. And so that's why we created a platform. It's a pay-per-view platform that anybody from anywhere in any part of the world can have access to. And what that also does for us in turn is we have control over the distribution.
Great.
Unlike if someone would say, maybe like a Netflix or whatnot, you could have, I know people personally who have their films on platforms like Netflix, and they are not making the kind of money. Maybe it has a lot of value. You can say you've got titles on Netflix and it's a big deal, but is it really reflecting, money-wise? And so that's what challenged us to come up with our own platform, and it's a platform purposely for African animated content. And so we now have other African animators reaching out, wanting to put their content on there, and it's reaching the whole world. People from the UK everywhere are watching our content on Afro Tales and they're enjoying it.
You should be clapping for that. That's really nice. But you have a game, Anoche.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're going to quickly head in there.
Yes.
I want to see what really goes on, how it's done.
Yes.
And then when we come back, I think I want to know more about Afro Tales Plus.
Definitely.
Right?
Sure.
But okay, before we get there, Afro Tales Plus, if I want to, you mentioned that they are, hitting up and asking you to, they want to have their movies and animations there. Do you have like a structure that puts other people's work on?
Yes. So we initially it was meant to be for our studio alone, because we just wanted a platform to put our works out there. But then people saw it and there were constant asks, and we saw that this could be bigger than we thought. And so we were able to open it up for other people. And so, of course, there's a structure, there's some requirements. We're not just putting any kind of content on there. It has to be of good quality. But what the good thing is, it allows independent film animators to be able to have their works, out there. Because, again, someone would say, why not YouTube? Making animation takes quite some time. To be able to make a film like we do takes us like sometimes up to a year. So if it takes you a year to make one good film, and you just go dump it on YouTube and you garner 1 million views and you're not making enough to be able to go back and make it again, then it doesn't make sense. There is, of course, a proper structure.
Okay, let's talk about Anochi. What's the game about? What was the inspiration and how do I navigate it?
So every IP we put out is like a 360. And so we have the film, then there's a comic book, then there's a game, and then there's merchandise. And so when you attend any of our premieres, you'd see all these things there. And so Anochi is a typical example. So then I should tell you, you should be expecting something like a film from that coming soon. And we released Anochi last year, December, and that's not our first game, actually. We made a game for Asantewaa, we made a few other games as well, and we make comics as well. And so the whole idea is projecting the culture through animation, comics, games, and of course, merchandising. And Anochi is a typical example. We have this thing where we feel like we have so many awesome stories that need to be told. And we even believe we've got our very own superheroes here. And they are not even made up superheroes like in the Western world. These are real characters that lived. You can, find living proof of them. And so why not tell their stories? Why not tell the rest of the world, this is what we have? And so, that's what birthed the Anochi game. It's an initial introduction to the Anochi universe and gets our audience and our followers to get to experience, what's to come even with the film and all of that. And so the game it's a 2D platformer game where you find Anochi having to battle evil and, restore balance back to, so it's an amazing game that everybody would love.
A little bird whispered and says, seeing is believing. So let's go see the game. So you can, she's going to do that.
Yes, Emilia would take us through.
Emilia. Okay.
So what you're seeing now is what we call a cinematic. So this is just a little video introduction to the game. It's telling you, it's giving you a backstory to what to expect. So it's just a short minute and then the actual game starts.
Oye aboframpo oye amamodie nanso na afi na all the shit that you made here
this is giving us the story of Okonfanochi.
Na watu ni sa Africa konkon efri ososho sikejwa kofi Asantewaa sunsun.
That's what things like this, does, especially for the younger generation.
No, but wait, so where's your source? What is your source? How do you know he was an albino?
There's research that proves it.
Okay, I'll find that now because I've never heard anywhere. My social studies teachers didn't tell me. And I'm an Ashanti and
you can do a bit more
I've
research.
never heard he was an albino. Okay. So what is he doing now?
He encounters the coupon at the beginning where he tells him if you can hear the audio, he's actually speaking Chi
Okay.
with him, and it's been translated in English. And he's telling him he's going to be with him. We believe Asantewaa was sent down.
Nana Ama McBrownwas.
Okay.
The dialect we used in there was Asantewaa. So everything he says is when he gets that, you think
Okay. That's really fascinating. So what kind of journey is he embarking on?
So, you know how the golden fruit
Yeah.
is
Nana Ama Jimmy.
so that's like the ultimate
Okay.
goal for him.
Okay.
And of course, on his journey, there are several obstacles he would have to face.
Yeah.
He's going through different chapters or what we call levels, where he's going to encounter different types of enemies. He's picking up the cowries or CDF, which helps him gain some sort of power or energy. And just like Onyankopon told him he would be with him on his journey, there are certain weapons that are left on his journey where he can pick up.
Okay.
And yeah, you hear him say Nana Ama McBrownwas,
Okay.
stuff like that. Yes. So, like I said, projecting our culture unapologetically and showcasing it to the rest of the world.
Oh, this is really cute. But how many stages does he have to go on till he finally gets the...
For now, it's about 18 levels, but we're still even adding up.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so it gets interesting as time goes, and then also when players play and they send in feedback, or maybe you could add this, you could add that, and we also incorporate it in the updates that we release. Yeah.
This is really nice.
Yeah.
But one question. If Okonfo-Anokye was alive today, what do you think he would say if he had seen this, if he is to see this?
I think maybe he even gave us the strength to be able to finish this. Because then, this is telling his story, and I'm sure he's going to be very excited about this. And it's unfortunate he didn't return when he said he was going to get the Safwa. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure he would have been very proud and excited to see him being retold in a form of games. Okay,
so is this free on Play Store?
For now, we're selling for a very tiny fee.
Okay.
25 Ghana cedis.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
that's really,
cheap.
very.
People are buying video games for 500 cedis.
Thank you very much, Jesse. Thank you so much for making time with us. And thank you also for doing the watching. It's been a great conversation here on Changes. I am Michelle Ojokum. And of course, my studio audience here, I don't take you for granted. You're amazing, and amazing to you too. You're super amazing for doing the watching. We'll see you on Wednesday, exactly at 1 p.m. Bye.